Good morning, everybody. Just want to thank you for being here this afternoon. My name's Ariane Ferris. I am the Career and Tech Ed Project Coordinator with the Southwest West Central Service Co-op. My primary role there is leading Launch Your Future Today or Lift Career Pathways. And as part of our initiative with Lift that you can read more about, learn more about on our website. I'll put it in the chat here as well, but lyftpathways.org. But one of the sort of complementary initiatives that we're working on in our region here in Southwest West Central Minnesota with the 53 school districts that we support is to use FutureForward, which we have Mike Schnell here from the Southeast Service Co-op, the guru of FutureForward, to talk more with all of you as sort of how employers can use it to begin to connect with our students and schools. So I am going to, with that being said, turn it over to Mike Schnell.
So it's not very often that Ariane and I get to be in the same space at the same time, but both of us were at a conference and it worked well for us to just do this together as opposed to trying to do it on two separate computers and doing it apart. So as Ariane said, my name is Mike Schnell. I am out of Southeast Service Cooperative. Southeast Service Cooperative, we have 50, I think it's 54 school districts that we work with over in Southeast Minnesota. Uh, the great thing is when we're talking about FutureForward, essentially the whole southern part of Minnesota is utilizing FutureForward now. So I'm out of Southeast. South Central is doing it right now as well. And so is Southwest, which is where you all are at. So I'm going to give you a real quick overview of FutureForward, why it exists, what it does, and then just a little bit about it, and then I'm gonna open it up for questions at the end. So uh I will say not my computer. So if my share is questionable, that is 100% on my end. So yeah, there we go. Keep moving things in the way. Present. Okay, so FutureForward. What is FutureForward? FutureForward is an online portal, www.futureforward.org, that is created and designed to connect educators and students with business and industry. It is essentially to make it easier for educators to communicate with you and to make it easier for you to communicate with your future workforce. So it is a really simple, straightforward way of doing this. So ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect students to the skills that they uh, ultimately need when they graduate from school. So like if you look at this picture right here, this is from the manufacturing competition that we do every year over in Southeast Minnesota, but it is a perfect example of like students learning how not only to do a specific skill in manufacturing, but they're also learning how to read a design. They're learning how to utilize their skills in math and science in order to do what they're doing. They're also learning soft skills at the same time because when you're talking about the soft skills, they need to explain what they're doing. Not only do they need to show their work, they need to explain how they got to their work from what they're doing. All of this is coordinated in one way, shape, or form by what we're doing on FutureForward. So this picture is one of my absolute favorites. So if you've ever been to a job fair or anything like that, or quite frankly, if you've ever worked with high school students at all, you'll know that when you go to an event, you have a group. It can be, it can be males or females, but you have a group that travels together, and then you have the leader of that group, and everybody wants to do what that leader wants to do. And if they want to do something that that leader maybe is hesitant about. It kind of slows everybody down. Well, one of the things we do at all of our Future Forward booths is we give out free t-shirts. And let me tell you in advance, like if you really want to engage students, a great way to do it is to be giving out free t-shirts. So when you look at this group right here, you had this group up, and essentially everybody except the girl in the middle wanted to stop and get a free t-shirt. And the girl in the middle was the leader of the group. So ultimately they all decided to stop and do it. The leader of the group was a little hesitant, but we got her to do it. And ultimately what we got is what you want out of everything, which is this is Maddie. Maddie is the female in the middle. Ultimately, when you're at these career events or when you're talking to students, especially when it's not like in a traditional educational setting, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for something. Her quote was, "Oh no, I may have just learned something." She had no intention of doing any learning. Like I said, she didn't actually intend to learn anything while she was doing it. She was just walking through the steps to get that free t-shirt. And that's what we do on Future Forward. We make it fun, we make it interesting, we make sure that they get good information in front of what they're doing. So a little bit more about Future Forward, and then I will actually show you what the tool is. So this is the use study from just these last few months. Uh, you know, 4,700 users, 29,000 page views, a little over 28,000 actually. So the reason I bring this up is not actually to walk through all of these different stats with you. It's to show you this right here. So one of the things we have on Future Forward is our goal is to get them connecting with you. So we have a number of different contact forms on the site. Every individual business has it. And in that short period of time, we had almost 1,400 forms sent throughout. So that is students or educators that are trying to connect with businesses and uh, get information about exactly what they're looking for. So, like I said, we'll explore Future Forward. If you go to the bit.ly link, or quite frankly, if you're on your computer, you can just go to futureforward.org and do it. If you love QR codes, we have a variety of ways for you to do it, including getting the app for Android or for iPhone. But ultimately, what we're going to do, we're going to switch over to Future Forward here so I can show you kind of what Future Forward is. Like I said, it is all about connecting students and employers. So one of the things that we did, one of the things that we really focus on when it comes to Future Forward is making sure that everything is simple, reducing the number of clicks it takes for people to find who they're looking for, reducing the number of clicks it takes for people to find what they're looking for. So we have a really good, jobs is a bad name for this. We're looking for a better name. So if you have one, please share it with Ariane. But what this is, this board actually shares internships, mentorships, job shadows, that sort of stuff is what it shares. It doesn't share traditional jobs. It is not a traditional jobs board. Then the next area we have, you go to the calendar of events. When it comes to the calendar of events or search directory, actually on the jobs board too, but we don't have enough on the jobs board to really make it necessary at this time, but we did it in thought of what it would be. You have the ability to search of a radius. Like I want to see all the events that are near me at my within 25 miles of me. That's what I ultimately want to see. So that's what we're going to do. Resources, we have great resources. We actually utilize the 3E's roadmap. We break all of our information for students down by the 3E's. So if you go in and look at it, you're going to be able to see which resources we have that are great for exploration, exposure, experience. You can be able to see all that. We have great stuff for educators and employers. One thing to note on what we have here for resources, everything that is on here is a free resource. We don't do things that are paid resources and make them available. We don't play favorites in that way. We want to make sure that we're finding ways to get great resources out to people without them having to pay additional dollars for them. So last place we're going to go on the on Future Forward is we're going to go to search directory. 80 to 90% of the traffic that we get on Future Forward goes right here, goes to search directory. That's what people want. People want to find the businesses. People want to find people like you is what they want to do. On the search directory, everything is broken down by career clusters. When you're thinking about career clusters, it's something that students are actually familiar with because when they're in school, they're taught like where your aptitude is, which career cluster that falls into, all that sort of stuff. So we sort everything by career clusters. When we're talking to businesses like you, what we tell you or what I tell you on a regular basis is when you're creating your account, every career cluster that you have a job within, not just your primary career cluster, you want to check. And the reason for that is we want students to see that manufacturer down the road that you maybe don't know what they're doing, but you know they're a manufacturer. You don't just have to go work on the floor to work there. You can be in marketing, you can be in human resources, et cetera, et cetera. So you see a lot of different things that are available. So the other thing, and I'm just gonna click on one, going into hospitality and tourism. It's being a little pokey. There we go. Hospitality and tourism, you see that you kind of walk through what everybody has. A lot of different information in there. When you see somebody with a video, when you click where it says the video, it actually takes you to the video page. But I'm gonna click on Byron here, and you can see that it shows you more detailed information about who they are and what they have. We actually encourage our schools to get in there as well. So it's another way for businesses to get in touch with you. You can see kind of all the depth of what they're teaching inside of the school. And then the learning opportunities down on bottom. These are the things that schools are looking for on a regular basis right here inside of what's going on. And then, like I said, when you click the video, it will actually take you straight down to the video. Uh, you don't have to page through the rest of that stuff. Videos are from YouTube or Vimeo, and so they don't need to be stored on the site. You don't need to find your video. You can just link it wherever it's at to what we have. So that's a quick overview of Future Forward and what it is and what it's about. So if you go to this bit.ly link right here, it's going to take you to a sign up template that is going to show you all the different information you need in order to sign up for Future Forward. So I'll click on that so you can kind of see what we're talking about. Takes you to a Google Doc. Interesting. Apparently the template is in my trash, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I didn't know that, so I apologize about that. So that's a template that kind of shows you all the different stuff that you need, and I promise that I will have that out of my trash and back live here shortly. So we'll go back to the presentation here. Basically, it just walks you through all the different stuff you need. There's nothing that is outlandish or really different or unique on it. It also is going to show you some ways to kind of get best practices on there as well. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to show give you a little bit of value, give you kind of a quick tidbit for what you can learn inside of here. So I'm going to show you a quick video and what it's all about. Before we do that, Did you click on share audio?
Probably not.
Okay. Give me a second. So we can do that. We can come back to it in a second. So the other thing about Future Forward, and we'll open it up for questions and we'll give you the 127 video here in a second. But the other thing about Future Forward, we're actually statewide award winning. Techne Awards is kind of like the Oscars for technology inside of the state of Minnesota. Last year we won the Tech for Good award. So really had uh, and the reason why is because of what we offer to schools and educators and businesses around the area. So that is the quick overview. Like I said, we can go back and show you the 127 video, but if anybody has any questions, now would be a great time to ask them, and I would be more than happy to answer any of those questions in order to get it. And I apologize that it's so loud in this situation. But anybody have any questions? All right, so Ariane will make sure to send out that template of sign up to you. It takes you about total to get all of your information in there. It takes you about 15 minutes to sign up. So a really quick sign up form, and it's something I can tell you for being at this conference. I've had numerous teachers from Southwest come up to me and tell me how excited they are that they're starting to get this inside of their region. So there are educators out there right now that are looking for you and what you all have to offer. So I would really encourage you to do that quick sign up and get everything you need. And I can turn it back over to Ariane.
Thanks a lot, Mike, and I appreciate all of you being here this afternoon as well. Just wanted to share, as sort of Mike alluded as well, is we are working on right now, kind of in a phase of working to get our employers into Future Forward, because if you are not there, it's really not a whole lot of use to our schools and students. But again, as Mike talked and discussed at this conference, we've had several teachers and schools interested in bringing Future Forward there. So I think our next phase here now will be starting to push it out to our schools so that they can begin using it within the district and the classrooms as well. And hopefully prompting a lot of their current industry partners to get kind of get those profiles up on Future Forward. So our goal here now is, as employers begin to fill Future Forward in our region, we will begin to share Future Forward out far and wide within our districts, 53 school districts in Southwest West Central, sharing that information about Future Forward. So that is kind of our strategy and thought process around bringing this platform into the region and making it complementary and functional for the purposes of connecting industry with school and students. As Mike mentioned, I will send a follow-up email with more information. But if any of you have any questions at any time about this or further connecting with students in schools, I would ask that you would please feel free to reach out to me, and I would be happy to have a conversation with you. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead here and just type in our website as well for you to have as reference. And then I just noticed something in the chat here, Mike.
Yep.
Did you talk to that already?
No,
about
I
the
didn't.
app?
I didn't see anything in the chat.
Okay. I get the app.
So you can actually go, or if you're, it doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or if you have a Android device, if you go onto your app store and search for Future Forward Portal, you're gonna find that. Or we can bring the presentation back up.
Oh, is that why? That makes
Yep.
sense.
We'll bring the presentation back up and we'll get it over there for you. So right there you have the iPhone 1 and uh, the Apple 1 as well. Oh, okay, perfect. So the screen was moving. So you had all that information. It just was not moving before. Perfect. Is there anything else? We'd be more than happy to assist you with anything else. And truly, when you're looking at Future Forward, whether it be the sign up process or how to find employers or how to add events, everything, one of the things that we've really focused on with the new Future Forward, and this was based off of meetings that we had with educators, students, and businesses, is simplicity. We want it to be simple for people to find and do what they need to do. So if you run into any problems, please let us know. You're not going to offend us. You're actually going to make things better for everybody. Simplicity is 100% the key of what we're trying to do. So please let us know if we can do anything to help.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And thanks for all of you for being here. Again, we'll send that follow-up email. And if you have any further questions or want to connect further, I'd be happy to visit with you. But again, I really appreciate you taking the time from your day to learn more about Future Forward. We know how busy you all are, and also your interest in working to connect with our future workforce. So thanks so much. Have a great afternoon, and maybe we'll visit soon. Thanks. Take care. Bye. Here.